We are vastly superior to humans. You know it to be true, so do not resist us. Coming to you live by a tape-delayed basis by means of digital distribution. This is Extreme Hardcore Nerds. Here are your hosts.
Ready, set, game on.
And we are back, and it is that time where we talk about Batman. And can we save Gotham from the evil within? Or according to somebody, the asylum that doesn't exist in Gotham, and you're off in some foreign strange place.
So you're being rather presumptuous.
Yes. But I can do it. I know I can.
Well, then we better get to it, sir.
But somebody needs to give me a pack of menthols first.
Right away, sir.
Fuck this guy! Oh yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, you're going to hear random things like that because somebody didn't take my advice during the last break to put the fucking controller down. So, dumbass will be playing Batman Arkham City while we're reviewing it. So, the random outbursts and the random stupidness that he can't avoid and after being told not to will be fucktard. Anyway.
Hey, Andy, I killed a guy.
Good for you. Would you like a cookie now?
Maybe.
Anyway, Batman Arkham City, the sequel to the very critically acclaimed Batman Arkham Asylum, the game that finally gamers and comic nerds alike got together and said, this is how you do a superhero game. We start off Arkham City a year after Arkham Asylum left off. Hugo Strange has mysteriously come back to town and has been given the reins to Arkham City, which is now a walled-off section of Gotham.
Thank you.
A what?
It's a walled-off section of Gotham, of old Gotham nonetheless.
Not an island?
No, of course not.
The Gotham slums.
Yep. Where Arkham City was, and now each supervillain is basically, there's a giant gang war going on, and each villain is trying to claim his own section of the city. And I really do like the way that they represent the different parts of the city. Like when you go to the Riddler section, it's a lot of green and a lot of question marks. When you go to Joker's part of the section, it's all like clowns and laughing and amusement parks and stuff like that. When you go to the Iceberg Lounge in Penguin, it's more upper class, but still
He's in a museum, so it's precious collectable things that are very well presented.
Harvey Dent lives in the courthouse. Go figure. Catwoman just lives a couple blocks away in her own little
apartment. I think that's actually her apartment.
Yep, that's actually her apartment. So I mean, I do like the way Gotham or Arkham City is laid out, and the fact that you get to travel to all these different options and all these different places. It's really cool. But spoiler alert, if you haven't played it yet, this is where the game starts. If you don't have the online pass that comes with the game, that you can't download it, like somebody until I switched it. If you don't download the Catwoman missions, this is where the game will start. If you download the Catwoman missions and you watch any of the trailers from E3 or any of the presentations from E3, you've seen the beginning of the game. But the game starts off, you, as Bruce Wayne, holding a press conference in front of Arkham City with Vicky Vale. Yes, there's a lot of there's a lot of characters from the Batman universe in this game. That's actually going to be one of my gripes when I get to it later. Bruce Wayne is finally getting into politics because he knows he has to shut Arkham City down. This is a bad idea. And all of a sudden, Hugo's Tiger enforcers, basically your Blackwater enforcers, fly in and arrest you. And you're thrown into Arkham City as Bruce Wayne. There's a lot of lot of villains there that try to get under your skin and try and do a couple things to you. You get to watch Black Mask get the shit kicked out of him.
That was so funny. And even funnier,
he's trying to hold
claiming
off-
himself.
Yeah.
No one does this to.
As he's trying to hold off the guards with a frickin' chair. And then you go along and you're officially inducted into Arkham City. You get knocked out. Next thing, old Penguin's there, running his mouth and like, I'm going to kick your butt, and puts on a pair of brass knucks. You turn around, break his hand, and break out of your cuffs. Beat down a couple guys. Then you have the option. You can either just leave, or you can go hit Penguin one more time just for the hell of it. I went and cleaned his clock.
I hit the Penguin.
And then you climb out of Arkham City, and you talk to Alfred, and he sends you the Batsuit. And officially, you become the Dark Knight. And this is where Arkham City picks up.
Yep.
So much to do in this game. It's not even funny.
Over 400 Riddler stuff.
400 Riddler missions. You've got,
Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, you've got side missions including Bane, Zaz, Deadshot, the Joker, Harley Quinn.
Don't name that other one. Just say the name of the actual mission. Don't say who it is, though.
There's
It's called The Mysterious Identity.
yes, but as soon as you
the one
talk,
we were talking about earlier.
yeah. As soon as you talk to somebody, though, he'll review a couple clues and he'll tell you who the villain is. And I was very surprised to hear that.
Unless you haven't read that comic.
Yeah. But
Apparently, there's a lot of references to that comic book too.
Yeah.
yes, there's a lot.
Quite a few allusions. In just the first guy,
Yeah.
he tells you quite a bit.
So you'll be able to figure it out, but I've been told at this time not to mention it. And then, of course, Solomon Grundy is in there. Penguin, obviously, is in there. There's another figure that is in there that I really can't reveal at this time. It looks like he's going to be the final boss battle. And it was a character I was actually very excited for to see, and I'm like, this is going to be fun. But I'm not going to say who it is. And as you're playing, as far as gameplay goes, if you played Arkham Asylum, you've played Arkham City.
Yeah.
That's a very fair comparison. The movement, the gadgets, the fight controls are all very Arkham City-ish. The only thing that's really changed is now that you're in kind of this open world area, that you now can glide with your Batman cape, and you can dive bomb to gain speed, glide up, and you can travel across the city actually pretty fast. I was very surprised at how quick it is. And of course, there's not a whole lot of areas that your grapple gun won't grab onto. So if you're losing momentum or something, just grapple and you're off and running again.
Oh, yeah. And that grapple boost makes it so much better.
Oh yeah, because that'll just be boom, pshung, and you go right into glide, and it's like a turbo boost. So yes, the controls. If you liked Arkham Asylum's controls, you will fit right in with Arkham City. Presentation. Wow, it feels like you're in a living, breathing part of Gotham. You will have random criminals just doing things that you can either take out. You'll have people that are thrown into Arkham for whatever reason, and you can interview them, get their backstory. There's a lot of buildings you can just enter randomly for no reason.
Yeah.
And just go find like hidden trophies and stuff like that. So definitely like that. The graphics are off the charts as far as I'm concerned. Sound. Yes, it actually sounds like when you punch a guy and break his ribs, it actually sounds like Batman punching a guy breaking his ribs. So, I mean, and just as you're going through, you get all the different radio channels and stuff as you accumulate through the game, so you can spy on people or
Listen to some nice, wholesome music.
Yep. I also do like that they changed they changed it so you don't have to be in detective mode the whole time.
No.
And actually, in some instances, if you go into detective mode, it takes away from what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
So I do like that they changed that. All in all, without, like I said, getting too far into spoilers and stuff like that, presentation is awesome. Gameplay is awesome. Graphics are awesome. Very truthful to the Batman
Story.
legacy and to the story. You will find
If I like the game, you will like the game.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe assumption.
Just on that criteria alone, I don't have many knocks on it. I basically have two knocks. One, the autosave is a little too finicky. Like, it saves basically after anything. And I would really would have liked to see an option if autosave's going to be like that. Okay, awesome. That's kind of like what Fallout was. Mm-hmm. But still give me an option where I can save myself.
Yeah.
I can have my own individual save in case there's a villain I want to go face again, or if there's a part of the story that I was like, whoa, that was awesome. I want to go back to that. So I really wish that was there. And even for Batman fans, and I'm sure Gunnar and you will agree with me, this is information overload. All the characters, all the missions, all the Riddler stuff, all the gadgets that you have that you can use. And every fight instance, you're like, okay, well, I can't take this guy down. Why is that? You've got so much stuff at your disposal, and there's so much stuff going on. You forget that you have these other talents and these other upgrades that you can get in that. So, it's just like, even as a Batman fan, you're like, holy shit, all this is going on at once.
This is what Batman has to deal with.
There's no way this would all be happening in one Batman universe.
Yeah, I'm actually quite confused of what the heck is going on, too.
I think it's the world's greatest Batman fan sandbox.
Yeah, it's literally the idea.
Everything they can in there.
Yeah, this is literally what Batman...
But that actually, is as fun as it is, in my opinion, it also takes away from it. Because like I said, you just get information overload.
I personally don't feel that way, actually. I think I like how much is there. I don't feel like I'm getting more of an empty game. It's like freaking out as a nerd because they're like, they're referencing that, and I know who that is, and oh my god,
I get those moments too, but like you said, it takes 2 hours to get from one side of the city to the other because all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm flying to this push checkpoint. Oh, phone ring, I gotta go answer it. Okay, now I'm on the Zaz missions. Okay, well, they get done for a little bit. Well, now I'll continue on my course. Oh, Riddler trophies. Hey, I have this gadget now that I can do that. Okay, but then at the same time, oh, there's a gang of guys down there. I got to go interrogate them quick. And then I got to go do this. And then, oh, shit, I'm over in Joker territory, and I got to try to pop all these balloons or take out all these security cameras. And then I might be able to do a double backflip somersault and
earn a trophy thing for that.
Yeah, earn a Riddler challenge trophy for that. And then I turn around and now I'm after someone who's working with Harvey Dent because he's mad at me because of what I did to him in the courthouse. Non-spoiler if you saw any of the E3 stuff.
And you know what though?
And then you turn around and you're like, okay, now I'm back on the main mission. The comics don't go like that.
Yeah, but it's that, since it's a sandbox, it's that fine line you have to walk between, having choice to do what you want and then playing to the continuity of a linear path.
Yes.
And Batman usually has one villain at a time to handle. If there's more than one, they're usually somehow perfectly sectioned with one another so that he can deal with each one as it comes and not someone's doing multiple different things. He can't be here and over here doing that.
Yes.
If there were other people that should have shown up in the game, maybe then it could have worked out that way, but
they do, and you tell him to
leave,
go home because I can handle this, and he's like, no, shut up, I'm here to help. And then you pull out the big muscle pose and like, I'm bigger than you, go away now.
So it's kind of that. Well, even if that one person, you still need a few more people.
Oh, no, I'm not.
I'm saying most of the family might have had to show up for this.
Yes. Which
I know.
I really need to start getting those the Batman Chronicle family books. But anyway, it's so that those are really my only two gripes, and I have a third one. It's a small one, and you told me not to bring it up, but I'm bringing it up anyway. But I'm going to do it after I give my score. As far as
Can I say something, please?
Hush! As far as I am concerned, Batman Arkham City. This is the first time I am giving out this score on this podcast. Yes, it is a 10. I cannot find anything catastrophically wrong with this game, mechanically, storytelling, anything that makes me go, how is this not the perfect representation of Batman? Rocksteady did it. I am so amped up. I am so excited for this game. I love this game. There are very few minor technical things, here and there, but they do not detract from the overall experiences that you would want it, that you would knock the score down for. So I am saying it right now. This game is a 10.
Okay. Garrett,
What was your small gripe?
Okay, the small gripe that I was going to bring up. So, new DC 52.
Oh, really? This is not even...
Barbara Gordon is Batgirl again. We understand that. She's out of the wheelchair. But in the game, she's Oracle. Where does this place in the continuity?
We do know that they've been working on this game longer than they've been planning that book.
Yeah.
Right? We do know that, right?
It's a sequel to Arkham Asylum. I would rather say this is a whole separate world, different universe going off the old canon.
I know. I just had to say it because
Tim is still regular Robin.
I know.
There's no Damian.
Yet.
He's still alive.
I know.
None of that's happened.
We haven't run into Jason Todd yet either. But
Once again,
probably
none of that's happened.
I know.
Well, no. He makes mention of it, so he's back.
So, yeah.
He's back as Red Hood.
Yeah. So, a DLC down the road, more than likely. But I'm just saying, if you're picking... It's
not even a gripe. Not even a gripe of the game.
No.
I'm cutting you off. You're done. Garrett, what did you have to say? Because you actually had a problem. Garrett, what was your issue?
No, I don't have an issue.
Okay,
I
what was your
actually have a question. Okay, because it's technically I'm going to consider it an open world game.
Okay.
Let's say you beat the main mission, okay? Can you go back and just do all the side stuff, or is it actually complete?
Yeah, you can go back and do the side stuff.
You can continue on in the game, or once you've beaten the main missions, you can go basically into Story Plus mode.
Now, is the Story Plus mode after that?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can start the game over again with all the gadgets and stuff that you had, and all the upgrades and stuff that you put into it. At the beginning of the game, you don't start fresh. You start with everything you have, but the villains are going to be tougher.
Yeah.
So
now, will the same main story mode play out though? The same way? Okay.
Yep.
Just wondering. All right.
But you can also, once you beat it, you can reload that file and just run around Arkham still and...
Yeah, and just beat up random guys and...
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw your face because you... Okay, Jim Sterling wannabe. Let's fucking rip it apart. Let's go.
Is he talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Steph and the grinning idiot next to me.
Oh.
He says idiot just because he knows I like to say the truth.
Sorry. Because...
What? You act like I'm going to give it a bad score or something.
Oh,
jeez. Angry much? Okay.
So
I still agree with everything you said.
Yeah,
all right. I'm going to be a huge ass about it, but still. I still agree with everything you said. Everything about the whole game is better than the original. This is the little idea of what a sequel should be. One step up to the next level. And, of course, I totally agreed with you as a gripe for information overload. Especially more so to say if you're not a fan. And that's where I was going to knock you on the points for. If you're not a huge fan or you're not someone completely enthralled in the universe of this, you really will have no idea where you're going. And me being me, from terrible ADD, I'm a horrible Batman. So thank God for this game.
I think I'm kind of becoming a
thank
horrible
God this
Batman
game is not
too.
built on any of their villains working on a timetable system. Because normally a villain makes a threat, you probably got a few hours, maybe less, before he's going to do something. I never made it to any of those guys within a couple of hours, I can tell you that. Probably a couple of days I probably showed up and went, okay, let's roll this. So that would definitely be one gripe, especially when it comes to your gadgets. When you're in the main game, that is not a gripe at all, because at any point, even when you have those few enemies that change up the random fights and you have to use some of those other gadgets that you don't normally use constantly, when you see them once, you remember, I have to use this gadget, or I have to use this thing, so you don't have that issue of just in the middle of the fight, you got to switch and you just can't think. So that one I don't give it a gripe for there. Only in the challenge map does that actually become kind of the issue. Okay. Because when you start getting into there, you actually have to learn to remember to start using other tactics and other gadgets to build up that better score. And when you have to press those buttons, you kind of forget sometimes which one is which, and then trying to do them, as well as making sure that this is the appropriate time to do it, because you're not going to get hit, and there are actually guys around you so that it actually hits and the combo continues. That's where that can kind of get a little finicky, and that's really a huge issue there. But in the main game, no. There's never an amount of time where there's that many guys on you and you're worried about that. You're really worried about fighting, enjoying the fight, getting as many, and then moving on to finding either the villain or something else in there. So there's no problem there. All your controls do work perfectly. I do agree with that. There was never any point that I felt that they were wrong or that something should have probably been mapped somewhere else, except maybe for the idea of the knife. The knife, the thing could have been totally different.
Okay.
They definitely could have used something out there. One of my other gripes, though, is where I'm at in the game. For the Catwoman DLC, I'm totally confused. I've only played with her once. Where the hell is she?
Twice. Wait, only once?
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, twice.
Okay, okay, gotcha.
I got her in the beginning, and then I got her again after that, but I haven't seen her since.
When you go talk to Ivy. But that's just it, though. This whole time, anytime you've played as Catwoman, it's when Batman's either been unconscious or out of the story. Where you are right now, Batman has you're still actively going as Batman. So I mean,
I would think that
I'm sure once you get to that part in the main story again, something's going to happen, or he's like, well, I'm going to have to take my time here.
Well, surprisingly.
And it'll fade out, and then you'll go back.
But see, surprising. I've been knocked out more times since then, and he never went back.
Okay.
Which I shouldn't have said.
Yeah, I was trying to
My
avoid
fault.
that. Beep there.
But during that part...
God, I'm going to do more editing.
Shut up. During that part...
Let's see, 2...
Oh, God. But during that part, yeah, you do go unconscious quite a few times. I would think that would have probably been a logical spot where, you'd get back in. Especially when you're talking about, when I was saying the ADD and the time thing. You think all this time, she's just... her and Ivy are just sitting there, and she's just holding her, and she's just constantly swaying back and forth, and they're just having this great chit-chat moment, and nothing else
I
is
think
going
so.
on.
Dude, that's what they're so doing, man.
Oh,
it's girl time.
Yeah. I don't think girl talk goes on for about 8 hours.
Not between those two.
No, not at all. So
I mean, even in Gotham City Sirens, those
two had issues with one another. But that would be the only other part that I was like, okay, I was excited for the Catwoman DLC. I really wanted to play as her a lot, and I wanted to see her story, but I don't know where it is now. And I'm like, why can't I switch back? Just let me go and finish that. Then I'll come back and see what he's doing, So that would be the only other thing that I possibly had a little bit of a gripe with, as well as those small little things with the controls and trying to remember everything in intuitive style, especially, being a Twitch player. The other thing might be a little bit of the aiming and the targeting thing. That I have a little bit. Not for the actual gliding as much, because, I mean, literally, you're looking at what you look at whatever you want to go to, an icon shows up and you pretty much know where you're going to go. Yep. Every now and then that can be a little off and on, but that doesn't bother me. I'm still going up. I'm pretty much getting where I want. But when you're fighting, that can be a little bit of an issue. I would think normally for most things, if there's a group of guys, when you're shooting for someone, you're shooting for the closest person in front of you. A lot of the times, he'll shoot for the guy in the farthest corner, and I'm like, why are you doing that? There's no way I'm getting over there. I don't know why he shot that. Whatever. That can be a little bit of an issue when I want to try and get a combo going. Very, very rarely has there been points where the little icon doesn't appear when they're about to hit you or they're
Yep.
coming in for the swing, they'll literally be mid-swing, and then the icon will pop up, and I'm like,
Never had that issue.
guys, but it really wouldn't matter. I'm usually always watching the guys anyway, so that makes for that finicky thing. So
I'm just doing button mashing.
yeah, which generally, which was one thing that Jim talked about, it kind of throws you into button mashing, but they give you the option. You can button mash, but don't expect to get your combo up a massively high.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get struck if you just keep throwing out the punches. So that works well, and I disagreed with him there. I'm like, there's an option. You can be that. They even give you a achievement for that. You know, the Night Fighter 5.0, 2.0,
Yep.
which I did get today.
Okay.
Awesome. But still, all in all, I'm not gonna. It has problems. There are certain things. 9.5 would definitely be high on my list, and that's what I'm gonna give it.
Okay.
There's few gripes in there that I have with it that I don't like. But as a fan, and I have to see that outside of as a fan, I can't just Batman. Fuck it. So.
It's
not
here,
perfect.
Like,
but
I
it's
give it a
damn near there.
9.
What's up?
I give it a 9 because I just don't understand the lore and all that
Yeah.
at all.
And that's what I would expect for a normal person coming in who isn't 100% behind it. But still, this is a game that it has literally almost no side to it. If you're a fan, you're going to love it. If you're a person who knows of it and wants to play something different in a game, you'll like it. If you're someone on the far end who's just, I need something to do or I need a new game, and outside of a lot of the other spectrums right now, this is definitely, it's a game that could be owned pretty much by anybody and anyone can get in. There's no way not.
Okay.
Yeah. Jim Sterling was right.
Oh, crap.
What did he give it?
8.5.
Okay.
All right, Gunnar, what do you got? Are we right, wrong?
Just one tip real quick to anyone who does have the game. Go pick up a can of NOS, go to their website, redeem the code, and get your Batman Beyond skin.
I'm still angry at them about that.
Yeah, I mean...
Because you advertised it all to me, I got excited, I bought this, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, we don't have those. That's not for our thing. What? I'm confused.
I know.
And why are you still advertising it?
Knife!
Someone really needs to write down their things for exactly who they're advertising for what. So
You
they-
have this, you have this. Okay, good. We've come to an understanding.
Yes.
my gripe with the game is I feel like Arkham City is too small.
Okay.
I felt the asylum was huge to me. I mean, not like massive, but I felt it was a good size for a prison. And I know Arkham City is supposed to be a city prison, but I expected it to be a lot bigger.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my only gripe. With what you were saying about information overload, I don't feel that way at all. And I feel they do a good way. If you don't know who a character is or something, they have the stories there. You can unlock the stories, you can unlock character bios.
Yeah,
If
as
you
you're
need to
going
know
through,
something
you get
about the game, you
information
can
from
look
the
it up.
Computer and
It is nice that they do have any character that shows up, they give you a lovely little bio, and there's actually a nice little thing on the corner that tells you the date they showed up and in what issue they showed up. So you
Yep.
can go to your lovely computer, type in Wikipedia, and it'll tell you everything.
Yep.
It didn't give me that for Calendar Man.
Did you walk up to him and like talk to him?
Yeah, I did the Halloween thing, and it didn't do that for me.
Talk to them outside of a date.
Yeah. Because a little thing should show up, a little prompt should show up that gives you the back button that says, you know, about him and everything. So, says, are we in some sort of agreement with this?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
9, 9.5, 10? You fine?
I'm still giving it a 10.
I'm not caring.
Well, good for you. I know you wouldn't.
I know. It's okay if
Well,
yours
but-
is
well,
wrong.
well, we act like 8-year-olds. Gunnar, is there anything else you want to add?
If you're wrong.
Okay, shut up and let the man speak, okay?
This is a perfect video game, and I really, really want to give it a 10. I don't know if I want to or not. I honestly want to say like a 9.75, just that in between for you two. It's a very good length. I never felt overloaded, and as a nerd, I'm just freaking out the entire time. It's a very fun game. It's a nice break. It's something different than all these other games that are being released. It's not a first-person shooter.
Not Mass Effect.
I don't know. I guess I would say a 10. I love this game. I'm definitely got my money's worth. It's very long. There's always something to do. I really don't see a big problem with it.
You want to make sure that they don't have too high expectations so they can shoot for better next time. Especially with that secret ending. You don't want them to have a 10 because then they can lax. And what happens when people lax? We get midway, damn it.
Ouch.
We don't want that again.
No, we don't.
I don't want to see another company be
But at the
outpowered
same
by
time,
Connect.
too, where Rocksteady is, and knowing the community that you're going after and the people that you're going after.
Yeah, we're all insane.
I think if they tried to lax, they would realize you would literally have people outside studio doors with torches and pitchforks trying to get in.
That, or you'll be like Gabe Newell, and we'll all be sitting on your lawn picketing you for Halo or for Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
But they know this too. They took
then
Arkham Asylum and just found ways to make it better. And when they make the third game, they're obviously going to do that again. And that's why if I said I gave it a 10, it would be, you're doing things right. Now take Arkham City and just add more and make it better. You don't need to fix anything in this game. Keep doing things right.
Yeah. Mechanically, presentation-wise, it's all there. Okay, come up with the next great story, maybe add a couple things here or there. Kind of don't tweak what's already working. Let it be, and just go, okay. But at the same time, it's like, oh, you know, with gadgets and stuff like that, you don't want to turn them into Adam West.
No.
I do. No. I would be 100% okay with an Adam West.
If they had the extra voice thing, I would so buy that for DLC.
When there's a certain part of the game when I'm not going to say what part it is, but you come across a shark, I'm like, if he says anything about shark bat repellent, I'm turning it off right now.
I would have probably broke down in tears of joy.
You would have laughed like hell if he made a joke about that. If the moment Oswald stopped speaking, if he would have came into that part and just been, you know, I had that idea about some repellent for this, but then I thought it was really stupid. You would have been like, yeah, this is good.
I'm just saying, I don't know if I could have handled that. So
I feel like that's a part of who Batman is, though, is part of the ridiculous gadgets,
part of the ridiculousness is his amount of gadgets. I was going to make that comment about, there's only one other
man. He makes a comment about it himself. Alfred goes, you know, you keep requesting all these gadgets. Have you ever thought of a bigger belt? And he just goes, yeah, I have. It was too bulky and slowed me down.
But I thought, like, if he would have, like I said, I was going to comment about him making that if there's only one other person on the planet I've seen with this many gadgets, and he's a fucking squirrel and an agent. Only other person.
So, with all that having been said, if you're not playing Arkham City right now, there's something seriously wrong with you.
So if you're Jonathan Holmes, probably you should, just let it go.
But with that does bring this podcast to a close. So, I have been, of course, your all-knowing, exalted one himself, your king of kings, Big Daddy Cool, Andy Kruger, along with this week.
Your silent, hidden in shadow. That guy. Trainer. Secret hidden ninja trainer to the night himself. But for today, an alter ego loving Dark Reaper, Stephen Creighton. And the guys across the internet are...
Oh, God. I see the bat signal. Gotham needs me. This is the goat of the glory, Gunner Sipper.
And also with us, well,
the Deemable himself.
Tried to be with us, but we see how far that went.
Oh, I can't pour.
Butthorn at its finest.
That, like, freaked about a dinosaur. I was going to kill him, it looks like. Holy crap, man.
Good night, ladies and
Peace,
gentlemen.
everyone.